how was life for you at the end of the last touring cycle? You know, like I said, you sold a lot of records, and you know, you're very successful, and that's great. That's very gratifying after being in a band for so long. But had it changed things for you? I mean,
it didn't really change much for us. I mean, our shows got a little bigger. You know, more people knew us.
But that's how it's always been. You know, I mean, you know, since the beginning of the band, our shows have always gotten a little bit bigger, and you know, sold a couple more records.
Yeah.
But you found yourself on stage at things like, you know, the MTV Awards and winning awards and things like that, which was great. And I loved your speech. I loved your speech, and it was so genuine and so just like, this is rad, you know. I'm not going to try and be cool and cynical about this. Like, we've worked hard for this, and this is great.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Which is really nice.
Well, it was true. It was really hard.
People like, I want this thing, like, you know.
No, it was great. I mean, we grew up watching MTV. And when we started the band, there was really no thought of any sort of chance of being a part of something like that. And then 2 years later, get to that place and then be given that award by the fans and be surrounded by those, you know, by those other artists to win the award and stare James Hetfield right in the eye.
I was going to say, who was in the front row? Did you clock?
He wasn't in the front row. He was somewhere, but I just held up the award and I looked and like, eye contact with Hetfield.
And he has got, like, his eyes, dude. Like, first time I met him, man, seriously. First time, when he walked in, I was at the HQ one time waiting to interview him, and the rest of the band were floating around, and this dog just like, runs in, looks around, and runs off, and I was like, Hetfield's here. Hetfield's here. And the dog comes in first, like, sniffs around, make sure everything's okay. And he walks in, he's tall, and he's big, he's just like, boo, boo, and it's like, okay, now I see why you're the lead singer of Metallica.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
It was kind of harrowing.
So the outsiders are inside now. That's how I look at it, you know, your success.
I appreciate that. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's nice to have people, you know, come into what we do and look into what we've been doing for years and appreciate it.
But, you know, ultimately, to find yourselves in a situation where you've been working so hard and like, you know, the despair faction, it's called the despair faction for a reason. You know, you speak for people who sometimes feel that there's not a mainstream voice for them, and now you guys have sold a lot of records. I mean, not to buy into that whole cliche, but has there been any heat? Have you felt that with some of the fans that they're like, you know, I don't know if you speak for me as much now because you've got such a bigger audience and things like that?
Oh, not really. We kind of lost the fans with that mentality years ago, and I think it's a different world. I think people, I mean, if we speak to people, I think we speak to people. I don't think they're so concerned with who else we speak to. If someone takes something personally from us, that seems to be good enough for them, you know, despite whether there's 100 people or 1,000 people or 100,000 other people who actually relate as well.
What about some, you know, looking forward to playing some bands, you know, going on the road with some bands? I mean, you've got these sort of festivals.
Dillinger Escape Plan is coming with us, who is another one of the most amazing bands that are playing music right now.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? How do you do that?
Yeah.
So it's great having them with us.
Set the bar high for yourselves. I like it. Challenge, you know, put that band on the bill, you know what I mean? You're going to come off after them and you're going to be like,
oh, yeah.
Every night.
Yeah, challenge yourselves. That'll be cool. We're Echo and the Bunnymen we're playing a show with Echo and the Bunnymen on a festival coming up in a couple weeks.
That's a first, I guess.
Which is fantastic. I mean,
have you even met Ian McCulloch?
No.
You're gonna have. He's hilarious.
I hope I met Ian McCulloch.
He's brilliant. He is the prototype UK rock star. Awesome. You know, like brilliant. Like all those people that you see now, that you know, the Gallagher, like Liam, and all those people. It's fantastic. But he is the original.
He's it.
He is the dude.
I really hope I get to meet him. I mean, I've you know, we grew up listening to that stuff, and you know, Heaven Up Here is one of my favorite records. It'll be amazing to play with them.
Great that you can still be here, you know, making great records and having good experiences like that, still be a fan of the situation, and, you know, I wish you all the best for this record.
Thank you very much.
I've heard it's been great.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, David.
Thanks for having us.
Nice one, man. Oh yeah, you guys are going to sign the couch. Everyone's got to do it right now. It's become it's a new thing that we've started, so one day we can give it away to somebody.
Okay.
Do a charity thing, so pick it.